This whole area, Hillsboro and Kingston, I like the very small population, the quiet, the dark nights, the fact that I know everybody, and I love the mountain.
Living in Hillsboro is like, oh, it's quiet. Obviously, there's 125 people that live here. It's a good mix of native New Mexicans, transplants, agriculture, artsy, semi-retired people.
What's not to like about Hillsboro? A lot of people, they haven't discovered Hillsboro yet. Tree-lined streets, friendly people, musicians. You know, when it's nice weather, everybody just comes out, and here they are. And I mean, like I said, what's not to like about Hillsboro?
Solitude, being in an uncongested area, the wildlife running through my yard, deer, javelina, quail, coyotes.
Before I retired, I was a biologist and environmental educator. And so the focus of my art is really on organisms and plants that I particularly find interesting. So here you can see that I have dragonflies, which is a favorite because they lend themselves well to the shapes of the pieces that I find. But I also have insects and flowers that I've created, and some others inside that are wall hangings as well. Since all of the pieces are part reclaimed material, some of them are all reclaimed material, I find the metal in old ranches, in junkyards, some places along where there's been floods along creeks, I'll find parts. I do use a wire feed welder. People ask me that a lot that do weld. And then I am left with a lot of sharp edges, as you can imagine, and so I use a bench grinder with a brush to soften all the edges, or a handheld grinder. So there's really a lot of time in making these user-friendly, and I spend a lot of time doing this with my hand, because that's one challenge with using reclaimed materials, is they are very sharp. It's nature that's creating these beautiful forms, and all I have to do or try to do is turn them into something beautiful that I can kind of capture in the steel, which can be really challenging, and it's also really fun. You can see more of my steel sculpture on our website, which is morganlandscapes.com. You could also find information on how to contact me if you would like to.
1877, I think, they found gold. Two fellows found gold here. And of course, like everywhere else, gold was found. It spread like wildfire. Both Hillsboro and Kingston have been lots of information written on the history of both of them through the mining years. Hillsboro was known more for the supply of Kingston. Kingston was the boom town for the gold and silver. Hillsboro was the boom town for getting all the supplies to the miners. For a little town, you have a collection of a lot of interesting people. People that had really colorful careers, people that are still artists that are still working and trying to make a living, and people that retired. So I think with the mix of people, it allows itself not to be just boring. And this little place is actually starting to breathe life back into town. Because now, along with our community center, we host a variety of events that bring people out of their homes. People appreciate it up here because we don't want our town to die. The bar was like the meeting place for the whole town. It's where everybody gathers. It's where everybody socializes. So we've kind of filled that niche through the winery, is to have a social gathering place. But it's still a great place. I think if there's one thing I wish we had is our gas station back open. Our gas station and convenience store, I think everybody misses, because it's 40 minutes to go to Tier C. So if you come home and you need milk, bread, you're out of luck.
There was so many interesting minerals and things around this area that it just got me into the rocks, and now that's my passion. is going out collecting the rocks. I go down into 100-year-old mines, 600 feet straight down, looking for minerals. Wolfenite is one of my favorite minerals, has been for years. Right now, I'm mainly collecting cassiterite, which is the major ore of tin. It's not a pretty mineral, but it's a very rare mineral. I sell to universities, museums, things like that, because I try to go out and collect the rare minerals. And there are a lot of them around here. I've enjoyed the 16 years I've been down here and want to live the rest of my life here.
There's a community center, there's historical society, there are little shops, there's restaurants. Well, when I say restaurants, it's not like we're this fast-paced, it's not a fast-paced restaurant business, no. And don't expect that, because you're going to sit, people want to talk and chat and just see what's going on in your life, what's happening with you today, and they mean it.